Walk into any gym in the world and you will see the same crime being committed over and over again. You see people who are obsessed with the up. They fight gravity to lift the weight. They grunt, they scream, they strain. Welcome to Dr. Levitas. But the moment they reach the top, they quit. They let gravity take over. They drop the weight. They think the set is over. They think the lifting is the work. But what if I told you that by dropping the weight, you are literally throwing away the most anabolic part of the movement? What if I told you that your muscles don't actually grow when you lift the weight? They grow when you lower it. You are wasting 50% of every repetition. And ironically, it's the 50% that prevents injuries, heals your tendons, and builds the most muscle. Hello, today we are going to learn how to master the negative. We are discussing the eccentric advantage. We are going to explore why you are secretly 30% stronger than you think you are, why lowering the weight tears muscle fibers in a completely different way, and why a brutal exercise called the Nordic curl might be the only thing standing between you and a hamstring tear. And as we discuss today's topic, please help the channel by hitting that like button and leaving a comment. Thank you very much. Let's define our terms. Every lift has 3 phases. The concentric, when muscle shortens, you lift the weight. This is the positive. The isometric, when muscle holds still, the transition point. The eccentric, when muscle lengthens while under tension, you lower the weight. This is the negative. Most people focus entirely on the concentric, but biologically, the eccentric is a completely different beast. Here is a fact that blows people's minds. You are approximately 20% to 30% stronger eccentrically than you are concentrically. Think about it. You might struggle to bench press 200 pounds off your chest, but if I handed you 250 pounds at the top, you could probably lower it to your chest slowly and under control. You couldn't lift it back up, but you could control the descent. Why? It comes down to a giant protein inside your muscle cells called Titin. Inside your muscle fibers, you have little ratchets that grab onto each other to pull. But you also have Titin. Titin acts like a spring. When you lengthen a muscle under load, the eccentric phase, Titin winds up. It creates passive tension. It fights back. This free energy from the spring allows you to handle massive loads on the way down. Loads that would crush you on the way up. So if you are only training with weights you can lift, you are drastically undertraining your eccentric potential. You are leaving your muscles' true capacity on the table. Now, why does this matter for growth? We know that hypertrophy or muscle growth is largely driven by mechanical tension and muscle damage. When you lift a weight, you recruit a lot of motor units to get the job done. The load is shared across many workers. But during the eccentric phase, because Titin is helping out, your nervous system actually recruits fewer motor units. This sounds bad, but it's actually the secret. Because fewer fibers are doing the work, each individual fiber is under significantly higher tension. The load per fiber skyrockets. This high specific tension causes more microtrauma. It literally shears the muscle fibers. You know that deep, intense soreness you feel 2 days after a new workout? Delayed onset muscle soreness, or DOMS. That is almost entirely caused by eccentric loading. That soreness is the feeling of remodeling. It is the feeling of growth. If you drop the weight, you skip the damage. If you skip the damage, you skip the growth. But it's not just about big muscles. It's about the cables that hold them, the tendons. Tendinopathy, tennis elbow, jumper's knee, Achilles pain is a plague. It happens when the collagen fibers in your tendon get disorganized. Instead of looking like combed hair, they look like a bird's nest. For decades, we didn't know how to fix this. Rest didn't work. Stretching didn't work. Then we discovered eccentric therapy. Research, specifically the Alfredson protocol for Achilles tendonitis, showed that heavy, slow eccentric loading is the gold standard for healing tendons. Why? When you slowly lower a heavy weight, the mechanical signal tells the tendon cells, the tenocytes, to wake up and produce new collagen. But more importantly, the tension helps realign the collagen fibers. It combs the hair. If you have nagging knee pain, doing 100 fast squats won't fix it, but doing heavy, slow, negative step downs might just cure it. So how do we implement this? We have to change our tempo. Most people lift with a 1-0-1 tempo, 1 second up, 0 pause, 1 second down. I want you to try a 1-0-4 tempo. Explode up 1 second. But take 4 full seconds to lower the weight. It is grueling. It burns. The time under tension increases massively. A set of 10 reps goes from taking 20 seconds to taking 50 seconds. This forces you to swallow your ego. You will not be able to lift as heavy. If you usually bench 200, you might have to drop to 150, but I guarantee you, that 150 will feel heavier and stimulate more growth than the 200 ever did. This also allows for a technique called cheat eccentrics. If you are stuck, you can cheat the weight up, use a little momentum to get past the concentric failure point, just so you can expose your muscles to the eccentric overload on the way down. You are using the cheat to access the negative growth. Now, let's talk about the king of eccentric exercises, the Nordic hamstring curl. Hamstring injuries are the most common injury in sprinting and sports like soccer and football. Why? Because when you sprint, your hamstring has to decelerate your leg violently before it hits the ground. It is a massive eccentric load. If you only train leg curls on a machine, your hamstrings have no brakes, they snap. The Nordic curl is purely eccentric. You kneel, lock your ankles, and lower yourself to the floor as slowly as possible. It is incredibly difficult. Most people can't do a full repetition. They crash halfway down. But research shows that introducing this one exercise reduces hamstring injury rates in soccer players by up to 51%. That is a staggering number. It bulletproofs the back of your legs by building massive eccentric strength. Finally, a viral angle that yoga teachers might hate. Eccentric training builds flexibility better than stretching. We used to think muscles were just like rubber bands. To make them longer, you pull on them. But muscles are complex. When a muscle feels tight, it's often because it is weak at the end of its range of motion. The nervous system tightens it up to protect it. When you train eccentrically through a full range of motion, like a deep, slow Romanian deadlift, you are doing something called Sarcomerogenesis. You are literally adding new sarcomeres, the muscle units, to the end of the muscle fiber in series. You are making the muscle physically longer and stronger. Static stretching just teaches you to tolerate the pain of stretching. Eccentric training actually reconstructs the muscle to be longer. Here is the doctor's verdict: stop dropping the weight. I want you to look at your workout. Are you lifting weights, or are you swinging them? When you rush the negative, when you drop the dumbbell, you are cheating. You are cheating the growth. You are cheating the tendon health. And ironically, that drop is the moment most injuries happen, when the tension shifts suddenly from the muscle to the joint. Control the weight. Don't let the weight control you. Here is my challenge for you, the 4-second rule. In your next workout, pick one exercise: the bench press, the squat, or the bicep curl. Cut the weight by 20%. And perform every single repetition with a 4-second negative. Count it in your head. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you aren't shaking by the 8th rep, you are counting too fast. Feel the burn of the negative. That is the feeling of mastery. I'm Dr. Levitas. Lower it slow, grow it fast, and I'll see you in the next video. Watch this video suggestion. It was especially picked for you. Also share, comment, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. It helps a ton with the algorithm. Remain tuned for future videos to empower your health and fitness journey. So, stay healthy, stay happy, and keep going.